Hi, I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com, and today is a Monday, and I was just thinking about some things that were going through my head. And one of the things that really got my attention is I saw that Seth MacFarlane was criticized for making a joke about Chris Brown and Rihanna, and I thought it was actually kind of a funny joke. I think he said something to the effect that that Django Unchained was a film about a man who goes to reclaim his woman after she suffered unspeakable violence, and then he says, or as Chris Brown and Rihanna would call, a date movie. And I thought it was funny, because I think Seth MacFarlane's funny. I mean, Seth MacFarlane's the kind of guy that you really don't want to watch him do anything unless you're ready to either be slightly offended or whatever. I mean, I like all of his shows. I like Family Guy. I like American Dad. I like The Cleveland Show. I like all of his stuff. But then again, I can laugh at a lot of stuff. It's kind of funny because people think I'm serious all the time, but actually I laugh more than anything else because I think laughter is really good for your soul. But here's one of the things that really crossed my brain today was, I was thinking about how you have these celebrities who will get so offended when people make jokes about their private lives, or they do something stupid and then they get mad because the media keeps talking about it, and because they're disobeying this edict or this law that they've come up with that says that they would like to have privacy for their families and all this other stuff, and that really trips me out because to me, if you really wanted privacy, you wouldn't have become a celebrity. You wouldn't. You can't go into that space and think that you're only going to get the good benefits of attention and then walk away from all the bad effects of attention. Celebrities seek attention. That's what they're always doing. Look at me, look at me. And so I can't say look at me when I'm making money and then say stop looking at me when I do something stupid. I mean, the fact is that it comes with the territory. If Chris Brown and Rihanna didn't want to deal with the challenges of being a celebrity, then they should go, work at McDonald's or do something where nobody cares what you do. People will leave you alone then. Nobody's going to bother you at that point. So, I think that in life in general, all of us kind of have to understand that when you make a bed, you have to sleep in it, and that's what responsibility is all about. Now, in terms of the whole issue with Chris Brown and Rihanna, whether they're role models and all this stuff, I'll say this from the beginning. I defended Chris Brown years ago, not because I agreed at all with what he did. I actually argued with some of my daughters who were, big Chris Brown fans, and they just, really couldn't see why what he did was so problematic. But, one of the things that I did say is that Chris Brown was, 19 years old when he beat up on Rihanna. And, I know when I was 19, I did a lot of things that I wouldn't do today. I think a lot of us did a lot of things at 19 that we wouldn't do today. So, my defense of Chris was built on the idea of saying that he is redeemable. He's not some guy who is going to be totally worthless, because that's what the criminal justice system does to black men. They define us as being worthless because of mistakes that we make as teenagers, and those are things that don't happen typically to white kids from the suburbs. On the other hand, I disagree with Chris and Rihanna when they say that they're not role models and they can do whatever they want. They can have pictures of themselves smoking blunts. They can go and have this abusive relationship and then get back together and think that nobody should be paying attention. When the fact is that whether you want to be a role model or not, when you're a celebrity, you are a role model. People are emulating what you do. Young people are learning from your behavior. Now, should they be listening to their parents? Absolutely. But you know what? Guess what? Anybody who's ever had a teenager knows that teenagers don't listen to their parents as much as they listen to what they're seeing in the world and what they're seeing on TV. Even my kids, and other people, I think that your parents can have some influence on you, absolutely. But what these celebrities do does have an impact. And so whether you choose to be a role model or not, to some extent, that's up to you. But the fact is that you're going to be a role model regardless. You're going to be seen as a role model. You may not acknowledge it, but that is what you are viewed as by a lot of people. So I think Chris Brown and Rihanna have to realize that with that kind of power comes responsibility, and I can't condone anybody who goes around living their lives in an irresponsible way and then thinks that people are going to turn the other way when things go bad. So that's my thought for the day. Don't ask me why I came up with it. I just wanted to share. So I'm Dr. Boyce Watkins from YourBlackWorld.com. Please take care. God bless and have a wonderful day. I'm gone. Peace.